Welcome back to the Runpreneur vlog, and today we're going to be talking about the closest my run streak has been to coming to an end to date. So the Runpreneur vlog is part of the bigger picture, which is the Runpreneur Challenge, which is our fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon. So if you want to find out more about the challenge, please go to the links in the comments where I'll tell you about the challenge and also how you can support it. So without further ado, let's get started. So the closest I've ever been to ending my running streak, I'm currently on, I think, day 508, 509. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's a good way in, and I'm running at the moment, and currently the time is 10:38 p.m. local time, so I am incredibly close to midnight, which would mean I hadn't managed to post a run today and a vlog and do it barefoot style, which is ultimately the challenge. So why has the streak come so close to ending today? Well, I think family life and just life sometimes gets in the way of running, and I've talked so much about creating a routine and scheduling your runs, and I think ultimately what's happened is as we approach the winter season, so it's approaching the back end of October now, and since we've had not the best of summers, I'm not a big fan of running in the cold, to be perfectly honest with you. It's not too bad tonight, it's about 12 degrees, but still I'm in running tights, a skin as well on top, with my running top on top of that. So I much prefer running in the heat. I don't like running endurance events in the heat, but there's nothing better than running daily when you can put your vest on, you can wear minimal running gear and just feel free and just feel nice out in the open. Not a big fan of running in the colder months, and one thing that the last 500 days has taught me, I started the running streak on June the 1st, I believe, 2020, and we're now, I think the date is October 24th, I think, 2021. So I've run through one winter but two summers, and the one thing that's taught me about running in the winter is that I don't enjoy it ultimately, and so my answer to it this year has really disrupted my routine, because probably for the best part of 475 days of this running streak, my routine was get up around 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 8:30, but I would just get my run done. Maybe at weekends I might get them done at lunchtime or a bit later in the day, but other than that it was a pretty robust routine. Now as we approach the winter months, I've changed my tact. Through my dislike of running in winter and colder conditions, I look at my weather app first thing in the morning, I look at when it's raining, and I also look at what the temperature is throughout the day on an hourly basis, and I try now, wherever possible, to run when it's dry and at the warmest point of the day, which is usually kind of mid to late afternoon. Now on next weekend, Halloween weekend, the clocks go back, which basically means that the number of daylight hours have reduced even more so, but still I envisage most of my runs through the winter being mid to late afternoon, so probably around the 3 o'clock marker will be when I do most of my runs, certainly when the clocks fall back. At the moment when they haven't fallen back yet, I normally get my runs in, I can often get them in around 4 o'clock, sometimes 4:30, even 5, as there's considerably more daylight. The other consideration I have is I hate running in headwinds, so my routes are always determined by the direction of the wind, and I'll try and run with as little amount of time on the route into a headwind. Just these little marginal gains just make me feel like little victories when I go out for my run. So, but nonetheless, today is an exception. I would never normally run 10:45 at night, I've still got to get home yet. I should be home by just after 11, so I will have been in within an hour of failing to get my run done, of my streak ending, which would have been horrendous. And I have to confess, there was a time this evening where I was sitting on my couch and I almost nodded off at around 9 o'clock-ish. Now, had I have nodded off and not waken up until the early hours, the streak would have been over. So that's how close I've come to my streak ending. And I've known of somebody who's been close to about 1,000 days running consecutively, and they fell asleep late in the evening and woke up in the early hours of the morning, so their streak ended that way. So it's not uncommon for this to happen. So back to the point, why am I running so late today? Well, we moved out of our house yesterday for the best part of a week because builders are finishing the renovations, not finishing, but doing a sizable amount of the extension works, and they have to take the whole ceilings down of the whole ground floor this week. So it makes sense for us to be out of the house. So we've moved in with the in-laws for the week. So we did that yesterday, and then today I took my two of my 3 kids to Thetford Forest for the day for a barbecue with friends, which was lovely. But waking up around the in-laws, just didn't get the time to run this morning. Then I was out all day. Then I come home and had to then come back home to do some bits around the house in preparation for the builders tomorrow. And then when I ate late this evening, and then I had to give it a few hours for my food to digest, enough for me to come out to run. So hence it turns out to be about 10:30 before I get out and run. But anyway, I'm close to getting home now, so I've done it. This will be posted within time. So another day done, on to the next day, but today was a close shave. So that's it for me today. Any questions, drop me a comment, I'll respond to everyone. Please remember that the Runpreneur vlog is part of the bigger picture, which is the Runpreneur Challenge, which is our fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon. To find out more about the challenge and how to donate, please go to the links in the comments below. Thank you for your support. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you tomorrow.